takes on Tennessee State for the first time ever on Saturday in the first round of the FCS playoffs here in Missoula. And we will start with Coach Hauck. We've got center Cade Klimczak with us and safety Jaxon Lee. We'll start with Coach, your final thoughts after last week's game. And it's a new season. Montana gets ready to head to the playoffs for a 28th time. Your initial thoughts on Tennessee State?
Great. Thanks, James. Well, first of all, we're excited to be in the playoffs and play on national TV on ESPN2 on Saturday night. And certainly congrats to Coach George and Tennessee State on being in the field. They've done a great job and present significant challenges as we've started to prepare for them the last 2 days. As soon as we found out yesterday morning when we got on it, they do a lot of good things. So a couple things that stick out. Coach Burns has their special teams playing at an elite level. They're really good in the kicking game. Coach Fisher's doing a great job with their defense. He knows us well as he played here for us, and they're giving people a lot of problems with their defense. So that's been rewarding to watch Brandon doing such a great job, except now we've got to try to move the ball against them. So we have high hopes for success in the playoffs. We sit exactly where North Dakota State did last year at this point. But in order to achieve, we have to find a way to get past a very good, well-coached Tennessee State team. So that's where it sits.
Questions?
Bobby, you said the special teams playing at an elite level. What is it that they do so well at an elite level, and what stands out about their kick return game, running back 2 kicks for scores?
So, see the second part of that, please.
Just what stands out about their kick return game and number 23, running back 2 kicks for touchdowns?
Yeah, they well, a couple things. They know what they're doing, and they're dialed in. So their scheme's really sound. They play hard. All the things that good teams do. You don't see teams having the kind of success they've had without good special teams play, and they've got it. They get a lot of yards in their return game. They do some things in terms of the punt protection that we haven't played against this year. They're really physical in their kickoff coverage. So if coach has them go, and they know. And I think the key to the whole thing is they know what their players know what they're doing.
And you said their defense is giving the offenses a lot of problems. Just what do they do well on that side of the ball to cause problems for offenses?
They mix it up. We don't know how they're going to play us, but they mix it up. They've got a variety of fronts and coverages, and they're a very game planned system where they tweak their scheme to what they think's best week in, week out. So they're kind of hard to prepare for.
And Jaxon, for you, just senior year, what does it mean for you to be back in the playoffs again, your final year?
Yeah, obviously this is where we want to be sitting every year, like we have been in the past. And we're 0-0 right now, going into the new season, and we just got to go 1-0 every week and see where that takes us. So.
And then Cade, if I remember, you said you were watching Montana's playoff run last year and wanted to come be a part of that. So now that the playoffs are here, what does it mean to you to be in the playoffs, and how does the prospect of a playoff and a bracket compare to maybe just playing for a bowl game there at Central Michigan?
Yeah, it's obviously an exciting thing. I think it means a little bit more, being able to make a big playoff run and just getting the chance to compete and be 0-0 like Jaxon said. And I'm excited for it. It'll be something new for me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Last one, Cade, and then back to Jaxon. Just what's the mindset for you guys going into the playoffs where every game now can be your final game of your college career?
Yeah, I would just say to make the most of it, every opportunity that we get, we just got to make sure we lock in on it and execute the best we can.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Just got to leave it all on the field every chance you get. Every snap has to be your best snap for here on out because, you know, you really don't know when it'll be your last snap. So we just got to take care of business every single play. Very exciting.
Coach, the Big Sky Conference brought in more teams to the playoffs than any other conference. Just how important is it to you that you guys have been more battle tested going into the playoffs against some high caliber teams this year?
I think, you know, the league's good. You have to play week in and week out. We always feel like we get a pretty good effort from everybody we play in the conference, certainly, and probably out of conference against all the other FCS teams. So a lot of things we've seen this fall have certainly prepared us for this. I also think one of the fun things about the playoffs is when you're matching up against a team that you have no familiarity with. It's always intriguing, and I think it adds to the excitement and fun.
Coach, not every day that the coach on the other side is a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, Jaxon said he didn't even know who Eddie George was, but what for you, like what's that like? Because I think the general fan will see that name and think that that's kind of cool.
Well, I don't know Coach. I've certainly followed his NFL career. He's a beast. He's fun to watch. But I think some of the other familiarity, we have people that know Keith Burns, and obviously Brandon Fisher's the defensive coordinator, played for us here. Jeff's been involved, so it's a team that we haven't played, don't have any crossover with. However, we know a lot about them just because of some of the personnel. I mean, their personnel director, Lance Zeno, played for us at UCLA in the early 90s, so we know guys on their staff.
And then you touched on defense and special teams, but offensively, what stands out with them?
Well, they're like everybody else. They're 11 and 12 personnel. Quarterback's a playmaker, so we got to have an idea on how we're going to handle that if we can. They've got big receivers, create some matchup problems. We mentioned the kick returner, and they've got some skilled guys. We're just kind of getting into this, but those are the guys that stand out.
Jaxon, obviously, last year when you are running into playoffs, it's on a long, winning streak. A little bit different this year, I guess. What's the mentality, and how do you kind of, rally the troops and get ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, I think last year was kind of nice going in, especially with the bye and the momentum that we carried from the regular season. But it was kind of the same concept last year. You don't win that week, you're done playing. So you just got to make sure that you focus in one game at a time every single week. And NDSU did that last year, and everyone knows what happens out in Washington Grizzly Stadium. But they were 1-2 plays away from making it to the Natty on the same exact record. So hopefully we can kind of bounce back and just go 1-0 every week.
And then for you and Cade, a lot of the guys this year have been saying just haven't been able to put the offense and the defense together at the same time. We've seen both sides of the ball perform well at times during the year. So I guess just what is the mentality there, knowing hey, if we are able to put them together at the same time, then we could be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. I think offense and defense both are extremely dangerous. Special teams as well. If we all get firing at the same time, I think we could be a very good football team and hopefully make a run. But that's not always the way it goes. So we just got to hope and go get that done every week.
Yeah, I think it just starts with the preparation, and having trust on the other side of the ball. We know that they can go out and execute, and I think if we prepare properly, we can do the same thing. So just putting it all together.
Coach, you mentioned the familiarity with some of the coaches on the staff. I mean, first, are you ever blown away by how small the college football world is, just kind of seeing some familiar guys like that?
You and I talk offline quite a lot. Not all of us, but a lot of us know each other and know each other well. Have either crossed paths or spent time together at different times of the year. And so, I don't know. It's always interesting to go against guys on the other side, which seems like there's always somebody. It's rare when you guys ask me that question and we don't know people on the other side.
When it comes to Coach Fisher, just have you followed his coaching career kind of throughout the years since, and just what do you think of the job he's done this year especially?
Well, we're in touch, and excuse me, he's here whenever he can be, because he's a fly fisherman, and that is Brandon I'm talking about. So yeah, we keep pretty close track.
Jaxon, as coach mentioned, it's kind of fun about the playoffs is you see some of these teams that you've never seen before. I don't know if you follow them casually throughout the year or whatnot. So what's that preparation like when it's teams not only you've never seen before, but this will be the first time Montana and Tennessee State line up?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Like I said earlier, or I guess before the interview, I was wondering if they were in Nashville. Yeah, just no familiarity at all, and it's really exciting to kind of face someone new and a new matchup from someone down south. So that's pretty cool.
Coach, what do you remember about Brandon as a player?
Brandon was a guy that was always a really smart football player, tough guy. Always knew what he was doing. Was able to direct traffic on the defensive side of the ball, and you see why he grew up around football, and it's very innate to him what's going on out there. So, plus, coming out of high school, he was like a National Football Foundation scholar athlete. So on top of that, all he's really smart.
Just looking at their statistics, they have a bunch of negative plays like tackles for loss, sacks. Is that a product of the scheme, personnel, or I think they've been able to get in the backfield?
It's a little of both. They've got pretty good. They've got great size on the defensive line inside, and they've got good speed on the edge. So that combination lends to some of that.
And last year we talked about night games so much. You've only had a couple this year. So what do you think of just the prospect of having a night game with your season on the line?
We're playing at noon. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.